All right, I'm giving you guys a unfiltered behind the scenes look at what it's like when we are filming the end shot of a video. High stress, high reward. All right, quick little behind the scenes. It's lasagna dip with pasta chips. And we're so stressed out right now.
Racing against sunlight.
Racing against sunlight, racing against baby who just woke up from his nap and is quite literally ticking time bomb. The power went out this morning. And yeah, so I'm gonna put you, I don't know, here maybe? Looks great. Are you gonna come towards the camera? Like dip like
I'm trying to.
Okay.
But I can always cut it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Basically right above.
All right. Oh my god, yeah, that was so good. Just
Okay.
perfect.
Love that.
Woo! We did it. We did it. This is what the camera sees. This is what we see. Willa, Hazel,
Hanging out.
pancake. Oh, that looks so yummy.
Sound or anything, but
We'll do that after. All right, so here's what happened today. The life of food bloggers. We woke up. It's a sunny day. It wasn't supposed to be sunny. That's interesting. Love when the weather does that. And then I was like, I think I'm gonna film something. Oh, Greg was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the store, get all the stuff you need, and then you start prepping. I start prepping, the power goes out. Why does the power go out? Check the outage map. 26 customers affected. Planned something maintenance. So we're like, oh my God. Then we're waiting here. We're like, you ate it without me.
I had a chip.
Okay, bring this whole thing over. God, that's so rude. Anyway, what?
I'm just holding this and it's up.
Then the power came back on, so we furiously are trying to do this while the baby's asleep, and it worked out perfectly. All right, so you can just watch there, but we got the camera set up here, so that's where we're looking.
We're looking over here.
Oh, I'm doing this? Okay, wait, should we just take this off for the sound? Just for both of us. Are we just gonna go like...
Yeah, make it as crunchy as possible.
Okay. It tastes just like lasagna.
That is really good.
It is really good. Unfortunately, I'm not the type of person like Greg who can just have lasagna for breakfast, and I have not had my chia pudding yet. And
Watch me eat this
so
whole thing right now.
now, unfortunately, this is the first thing I'm putting into my body, which doesn't really sit well with me, mentally or spiritually. Physically, it's gonna be fine.
New YouTube series, watch me eat this whole entire thing for breakfast.
Watch Greg eat lasagna dip. Okay, but let's do a story too. Let's just do. Okay, we made lasagna dip with pasta chips. Can I touch this? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so good.
I don't feel like an imposter anymore making football Sunday stuff because I actually watch football.
We're all about the dips this year. That crunch.
So freaking good.
Mmm.
All right.
Go make it.
It's never not awkward filming a story, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, he is watching that. Dad, can I have some?
You like that?
There we go. Why did I put you in that way? You want your whiskey? Alright, I'm gonna make some chia pudding really quick. I've got a little bit of chocolate almond butter left. Hazel loves the tops of strawberries. Nothing goes to waste. Greg's doing like push-up.
I downloaded a
challenge?
push-up app that I
Okay.
challenged myself to do at
Picture
least
last
150 a day.
Picture last night, going to bed. The baby's asleep in my arms. We're in bed. Greg gets down on the floor. I'm like, what's he doing? He starts doing push-ups, and every time he lowers himself, the app goes, work it,
Make it.
make
do
it, do it.
Something.
Oh,
Harder,
faster,
faster,
stronger. I was like,
trying
the
to
baby's
sleep.
asleep.
Like,
I'm literally, it's 10:30. What are you doing? Why? I don't know. We need a tripod for
gotta
this
get in
camera.
shape somehow.
Yeah, well, not that way. Does anybody else's husband just leave the fridge open, like just in case, and they need to use it again eventually? I'm gonna do, maybe after, I put my hair in a headband for the video because my bangs are way too long and my hair needs to be washed, but I'm going to the hairdresser, so I didn't wash it yesterday. It like looks dark sometimes, but I do have quite a bit of like grown out highlights, and so I'm getting in a little bit darker and my bangs cut, but I'm leaving the length for now. So we'll see. My first time getting a real hair appointment since the baby. Yesterday, Greg and I went out to do a little bit of Christmas shopping because, like everything in our basement, all of our Christmas decor got ruined in the flood. Sorry for the jump scare. I'm just editing this video and I realized I keep mentioning the flood, and for anyone who didn't see like my first video back after my little break, where I talked about the flood, I just wanted to do a quick little recap because I feel like when I say flood, people picture like, you know, getting some inches of water in your basement, but this was like 8 feet of water in the bottom level of our house, and we were out of our house for 2 months and we literally lost everything pretty much in our basement. All of our furniture, camera equipment, like we lost everything down there. And so I just wanted to show you. So this is a picture before we left of, you can see the water's rising, is like 4 feet there. And then these were our cars that we were packing up before we actually got out, but you can see it's starting to kind of like pool on the driveway. And then this was the last picture I took before we left. So the water, I would say, was probably up to like my waist here. And this had happened within, I would say, like 20-30 minutes. Like while we were trying to gather out all of our stuff, the water went from this to like 4 feet flooded. And then these were just some photos of our spare bedroom and our office after all the water had finally come out. I feel like I keep talking about the flood and people are probably like, get over it, but it was actually like a very, very traumatic and bad situation to happen 6 days postpartum with literally like a 6-day-old baby. And our basement is still completely empty now. So anyway, that's the flood that I keep talking about. Okay, back to the video. So we don't have like our Christmas tree decorations, like literally nothing. And we didn't get a tree yet, but we're still trying to kind of like figure out what we want to do about that. And we always had real trees growing up, whereas Greg always had artificial ones. So I don't know. Yesterday I found myself Googling non-toxic artificial Christmas tree, and then I was like, oh, that's literally just a real tree. So we ended up going to Chapters, which is like Indigo also, and getting a bunch of stuff. We got stockings, we got wrapping paper, I got some new hats and mittens because they're having like 50% off Black Friday sales on a lot of their stuff and like 30% off home stuff. I got my friend a birthday gift, and I also, which I've been looking for quite a while, got myself like a mom bag because all of my purses are not mom purses. They are childless woman tiny purses that fit like your phone and a lip gloss. And they're super cute and small, but now I'm a mom and I kind of need more room. But I wanted something, I wanted kind of like a tote style bag. It's like a little bit more, you know, I don't know if chic is the right word. Is this considered chic? Like not really. I have 2 hands to be like opening or zippering things. So I like that this is literally just like magnets to open. And then the inside has this little small pouch. And I had been wanting to put like a deodorant and some like makeup essentials in the bag because we often are like running late when we leave the house, and I don't necessarily take the time to like put makeup on or whatever, but then we're sitting in the car going somewhere and I have a bunch of time that I could be putting makeup on. So I was like, I'll put like my, you know, essential everyday makeup stuff in here. It's just like a little small pouch. It's almost like a built-in makeup bag. And then I have like big pouches in here where I can put some diapers, I can fit a bottle. When it gets older, I'll probably have snacks in there. Probably have snacks for myself. Show you the hat and mittens that I got. The baby has been asleep for almost 2 hours, so I gotta go wake him up soon because he hasn't eaten since like 7:30 this morning, and it's 11 now, and he's been asleep since 9 o'clock. And about an hour ago, I went in to like adjust his head, and he opened his eyes and was staring at me, and I was staring at him, and I was like, close his eyes again, and then he fell asleep for another hour. So I gotta go wake him up soon, but I'll show you the hat and mittens. This is hat and mitten set number 1. I wanted something with color because I feel like I always just go for the neutrals. Not that this is like bright colors, but it is colors. Because I also have a colorful coat now, like my new blue one that I showed in the last video. So I got these little hat and mittens. I guess I can take off the tags, but does anyone else just like leave tags on things until the very last second? So yeah, so cute with like a light blue coat. And then I also have a tan coat and I have some black coats too. So I got this one, which is like a different feel of mittens. These ones are the ones that have like the fluff inside and they're like knit. And then these ones are just like, you know what I mean? That kind of like stretchy type of knit. And then I got this hat. I think it's so cute. Maybe not with straight hair because my head looks very round, but maybe if I had some like billowing curls it would be better. But okay, maybe I'll quickly go show you the stockings that we got. Every time I come out here, you're just like in this corner.
My new work spot.
We have to figure out what we're doing here to hang them up because we're not going to do those like heavy stocking hanger hooks because that's obviously very dangerous. But we got, you may be wondering why we got 4 stockings. So I swore up and down that we were done having kids and we were not going to have any more kids because I was like very traumatized by first trimester, labor and delivery and the newborn phase. I was like, people who have multiple kids are crazy. But if we do decide to have another child, I was like, he's just gonna, or she is gonna have like an odd stocking because I feel like Chapters doesn't carry the same stuff every single year. And so I got scared and I was like, well then we have to get all new stockings. And so now we have 4, we're prepared. And the dogs can share the leftover one for now. And then Pancakes has one, me and Greg have one. And then if we do have another kid, we've got a stocking already in the same style and we won't have like one odd stocking or have to replace them all because I really like these. And our vibe for Christmas this year, I just decided on is like modern vintage, just kind of like that cozy, homey, vintage feel. The stockings I feel are like kind of a little bit vintage looking, like the colors and the fact that they're knit. Baby's awake. And then yesterday at HomeSense we got this little jingle tree thing, which again kind of looks like something you'd have had in the 90s when you were a kid. And then I also got this pie plate, which will be good for like baking cinnamon rolls and stuff in too. And then I'm also styling our little corner over here. I got my red and green cookbooks. We found this syrup dispenser, which is gonna be so good for videos. And then again, like this candle's kind of like, you know, vintage looking. And then this, I don't know what I'm gonna put in there yet. It's either gonna be coffee beans or like pasta or something, but it's just a little storage jar. It's so cool. If you're anyone in our family watching this, turn the vlog off. But we also decided that we're gonna get a bunch of these little boxes. I'll show you, they're all there. And then we're gonna do cookie boxes for some of our family and friends with like our favorite cookie recipes from the year. And then we're hoping that if we continue the tradition every year, then like soon Lando will be able to help bake cookies and we'll basically do like one day a year where we like bake 5 batches of cookies and then you divide them up and everyone gets some of the different batches in a cute little box. So yeah, that's what we did yesterday. I thought I heard him. Also, he hasn't eaten since 7:30, so I should probably wake him up. It's like 11. Okay, we'll go get the baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's dead. It was like already broken and missing some stuff. So this is coconut red curry rice and beef and vegetable soup. So it's got like vegan beef, some tofu crumbles, a like kale Brussels sprout slaw mix, bok choy, carrots, onion, garlic, ginger, mushrooms. I also put this spoon here for aesthetics, but I don't want to wash it too often. So I'm gonna eat with an ugly silver spoon, but this is my new spoon that I just got for videos. Now you really get the behind the scenes in the vlog. But yeah, and then there's rice. So it's like, well, I guess I'll show you. And there's light coconut milk and sesame oil and red curry paste and soy sauce and maple syrup. And it turned out so good. That sounds like a lot. And lime juice. But it was actually really easy to make. It doesn't look super great, I don't think. I'll show you. I mean, you guys can tell me if you think this looks good. I'll go by the natural light. But it tastes so yummy. And I love putting rice in soup. Let me know below. Do you guys prefer? You have 3 choices. A, creamy soup, like a butternut squash, some sort of like creamed pureed soup with no chunks. Do you prefer super chunky soup with like big different chunks of stuff and like maybe some pasta? Think like a lasagna soup, something like that. Or do you prefer soup like this with lots of tiny little pieces and everything's all mixed, like a little piece of everything in every bite? I cannot choose, and I don't have to because I am the soup queen. Creamy pureed soup with kind of big chunks, or something like this with tiny little chunks.
So
okay, like chili is tiny chunks.
Definitely tiny chunks, guy. Lots of different chunks.
We make like a vegan chicken noodle soup and it's so good, but we use soy curls, and we've been to Luminate twice recently and they're all out of soy curls, which just proves that everyone is obsessed with soy curls and they're really hard to just like find in places, so because they're so good. I told Greg when I was making this, because this one just seemed so random, I was just like chucking stuff in the pot. I feel like by the end of this winter we're gonna have tried every single possible vegan soup that's out there. Like, I'm not joking, we have soup every single night unless we're not at our own house, and it's either a leftover soup or a brand new soup. Greg and I were losing weight back in 2021. We started making this like low calorie but high protein lentil and sausage soup. It's actually on my blog, I can link it. But we would have that for lunch every day, and we were like losing the majority of the weight during the winter. And I think that discovering soup really helped us, because you can pack a ton of protein into it, but it can also be lower calorie, and then it's just like so hearty and satisfying. It doesn't feel like you're like depriving yourself in any way. So that was really helpful. But then now, it's not that we're like on a weight loss journey or anything, but we're on a we hate winter, we hate being cold, we want to warm up from the inside out journey. And soup is just the way to go. I used to think people who are like really obsessed with soup were kind of weird. I liked soup enough. But now that we make our own soups and we make like really, really good hearty ones and always different kinds, I'm sold. Also, my sister sent me this. She likes to make fun of us a little bit because every night she's like, what's for dinner? And the answer is quite literally always soup. But she sent me this TikTok.
And it was so much fun. There were 7 different soup entries. When it was time to taste test, everyone served their soup in these little bowls so we could taste them all side by side. It's not the most traditional Friendsgiving menu.
This is my dream come true, but I feel like it would be really hard to do because everyone would have to make vegan soup if we were doing it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to try them all. And I don't know if people would go for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat this and then I'm hopefully gonna try and film something. I'm trying out a new filming style that can be done when it's darker, because as you can see, there ain't no sun today. Okay, it looks so bright, but it's really not bright. It's very dark out. Yeah, it was a big sneeze. He's like, I usually film in the sunlight. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but in case you do want to see the behind the scenes of Instagram, this is what my and Greg's like meetings usually go like. It's me saying something like, I want to make soup recipes, but sometimes soup is not the most aesthetic. And so it's like, well, are we gonna waste a super nice, bright, sunny day with like gorgeous lighting on something like soup? When what I really want is to have like really nice, fun, gorgeous lighting in a cozy way, and like a nice ambiance for cooking the cozy recipes, especially on days when it's like this. It doesn't have to be soup, could be like fresh bread, whatever it is, but it's not something that warrants like the most bright, beautiful, gorgeous sunlight. I mean, that'd be great, but we don't get a lot of that. So we want to save that for like, you know, the super fun, energetic, cool recipes. But people still gotta eat, and you gotta eat healthy food. You can't just be having sugar cookie cups all day. We'll see. If it works, maybe there'll be a video up in that new style by the time this is posted. And if it doesn't work, then I'll let you guys know why not. This is the cozy setup we are working with. Candle, my new little jar holding some chocolate chips. We've got the mushroom lamp from the baby's room. Got little candy cane sprinkles as decor. As you can see, it's a very gray day, gray lighting. I just finished filming with my new style to see if I can make it have like a super warm and cozy ambiance. And I filmed peppermint patty brownies. You can see the layer. Brownie, peppermint patty filling, and chocolate crackle top. And I kind of like destroyed it, cracking it for the video. And I've remade this twice now, and I'm still not very good at cracking it. so good. And I love that the brownies are made in the air fryer. You can do it in the oven, but they're like the most fudgy, delicious brownies ever. I feel like my bangs are like a little bit more round than I normally do, but this is the color. There's about 501 things making me want to scream right now. One of them was Hazel barking outside. The other one is trying to do your makeup past 5 p.m. in the winter. I kind of forgot about the whole sun going down thing because I literally don't leave my house at night anymore, and we're going out for dinner at 7:30 and I'm trying to do makeup. The other thing is that I am starting my period again for the first time since having a baby, but we're going out for dinner tonight for my friend Hannah's birthday, and we're going to a new restaurant that we've never been to before. I don't actually know. We don't know when it opened, do we, Greg?
No.
I actually drove by it the other day and I thought it said farm, and so I was looking up like farm restaurant and nothing was coming up, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not open yet. And then I realized it's called Fawn and I just can't read. And then randomly Hannah was like, yeah, we're going to Fawn, and I was like, oh, it's so weird. It's one of those restaurants that has like 1 or 2 vegan options, and I don't really know what like the vibe of it is or like the theme or anything. I think the thing that's making me want to scream the most is just my period hormones. So but second is also trying to get dressed postpartum when you're not used to putting outfits together and trying to do your makeup past 5 p.m. So I'm gonna fix my bangs. Okay, bang reveal before, after. See you at the restaurant. So today at around 3 p.m. I had to make some brownies. Why, you ask? Well,
Classic existential 3 p.m. crisis.
the classic, your baby pukes on the floor while you're talking to the chat people to help you fix your website that's down and nobody can access it, and then at the exact same time your period cup leaks, and then you go in to put them down for a nap, but they're screaming because they're overtired, and then they throw up on you. Then you put them down, they wake up, and then you pick them up and they fall asleep, and then you put them down and they wake up, and then you pick them up and they fall asleep, and then finally you can put them down and they're asleep, and then you have to come out and clean up the blood and puke. And so then I made some brownies because I had a little bit of afternoon depression because it was dark and I had a hectic morning. They don't look the best on here, but maybe I'll show you the inside. The top is like super crunchy. Wait, see if you can hear this. You can hear that? Top is so crispy, edges are so crispy, and then the inside is really gooey. The best kind of brownies. This lighting, I'm so sorry. It's 5 o'clock and it's like pitch black. But yeah, these are so good, made in the air fryer. And I'm gonna be posting the recipe for peppermint patty brownies on my Instagram. It might be up by the time this video is up. I'm not exactly sure when this video is going up. But you can just take the base of that, add some chocolate chips, and bake it in 1 container instead of 2. And then you'll get these. Sometimes there's nothing you can do but make brownies. So I'm gonna have those for dessert, even though I already had a bunch. And we're making chili for dinner. So I made a chili last night. It was the best one I've ever made. There wasn't quite enough chili for both of us, so I look like a ghost. There we go. So I added some more broth, some tomato paste, and we added some more vegan beef, and then we'll probably just like taste it and add some spices, but we're just gonna let this cook again. And then, definitely so behind on this, but I tried the tofutti sour cream for the first time, and it was really good. Greg's had it before and he said he thinks they made it better. I'll obviously you can't see this is pure. Oh my god. Why is there water in it? Consistency is like so thick, and I personally didn't think it was quite sour enough. But to be fair, I've never actually had sour cream. Like, I've literally never eaten real sour cream. My parents did not buy it growing up. But Greg said that it's pretty similar, just like not quite tangy enough. So I just added some lime juice when we had this with the chili last night. And now I understand why people put sour cream on chili, because it was so good.
What are you doing? You being shy for the camera.
Oh, you're such a cool girl. Paw. Paw. Willa, it's your birthday in 1 month. Can you believe that? It's your birthday in 1 month. Guess what you're turning? 5. You're turning 5. Good girl. Oh my god, I have chocolate on my hand. That's what I have to deal with 24/7. When it's too wet to let them outside. Greg gets mad because they destroy his floors.
You whipped it.
What? I know. How much would I have to pay you to do a dance off with me on YouTube? Greg would
Pay
literally eat.
$1,000.
Greg would eat like a spoonful of ketchup for 15 cents. I'm not even joking. We play this game. Like, he asked how much. Are you okay? Come here. How much would I have to pay you to eat 3 spoonfuls of these pickled green chilies? And I said $500, but I might not quite get them all down. Like, I don't actually know if I could do it. What did you say?
How much money? Oh,
Yeah.
like 25 bucks.
20. How much would I have to pay you to eat, Hazel, a whole container of Betty Crocker frosting?
I don't like sweets. So
I know,
like,
so how much?
oh, one of those like tubs?
Yeah, like a tub of it.
Oh man.
Mine
You
would
need
be,
a solid 1,000.
I would pay you to eat it myself.
Yeah.
I'll pay you $50 to let me eat a tub of frosting. So we're gonna go eat chili, and then I'm probably gonna read Fourth Wing after we're done. Maybe put on a Christmas movie. What was the movie we watched last night? The Family Stone. God, it was so boring. We didn't care about a single character. This is actually, it's pretty much my bean-free chili recipe. I actually like putting beans in chili now, don't get me wrong. I made that recipe when I like really wasn't a fan of beans. They just scared me a little bit. The texture was all wrong. but the recipe is on my blog. It's really, really good. It's really easy. And my sister actually made it. She's having it for dinner tonight at her house, and we were texting about it. But yeah, if you don't like beans, are lentils considered beans? No, I think lentils are pulses. Are beans pulses? No, beans are legumes. We use the Eves on beef now, but I used to use Beyond Meat, but I don't really eat Beyond Meat that much anymore. It was really good in the chili, but this is just like lower calorie but higher in protein, so yeah. Okay, let me know which kind of household you guys grew up in. Did you grow up in the like scrape the thinnest layer of butter you possibly could on your bread household, or did you grow up on like scrape the thickest layer of butter you can on your bread household? Because I'm so used to literally just like scraping a small amount, because my dad would always be like, you don't need to waste butter. Same with ketchup, like only put as much as you need that you know that you're gonna use, and then add more, keep adding more ketchup to your plate when you need it. Whereas like so many people I know just like squeeze on a whole bunch of ketchup on their plate and then use a little bit and then just like leave it. And if we did that, my dad would get so mad at us. Okay, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. I was just editing it and I realized how long it is. So I actually have a lot of footage already filmed that I'm just gonna put into the next vlog. Like we did our annual gingerbread house decorating competition with our families and some other like wintry things, and also it's snowed a bunch since I started filming that other video. So I'm gonna make definitely like a very cozy wintry vibe, holiday vibe for the next video, so stay tuned for that. But that is everything for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!